This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The Quarantine Report. I'm Amy Goodman. 7 Republicans joined with all 50 Democrats Saturday, voting to convict Donald Trump for inciting the deadly January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. But the vote fell far short of the two-thirds majority needed. Senate President Pro Tem, Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy, read the results of the vote.
The yeas are 57. The nays are 43. Two-thirds of the senators present not having voted guilty. The Senate judges that the respondent, Donald John Trump, former President of the United States, is not guilty as charged in the article of impeachment.
Shortly after the vote, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer blasted Republicans for siding with Donald Trump.
January 6th will live as a day of infamy in the history of the United States of America. The failure to convict Donald Trump will live as a vote of infamy in the history of the United States Senate. This was about choosing country over Donald Trump, and 43 Republican members chose Trump. They chose Trump. Even though Republican senators prevented the Senate from disqualifying Donald Trump for any office of honor, trust, or profit under these United States, there is no question Donald Trump has disqualified himself. I hope, I pray, and I believe that the American people will make sure of that.
While the Senate cleared Trump, he could still face criminal charges for his actions on January 6th. Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell took to the floor after voting to acquit Donald Trump.
Former President Trump's actions preceded the riot were a disgraceful dereliction of duty. There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. No question about it. The people who stormed this building believed they were acting on the wishes and instructions of their president. And having that belief was a foreseeable consequence of the growing crescendo of false statements, conspiracy theories, and reckless hyperbole, which the defeated president kept shouting into the largest megaphone on planet Earth. With police officers bleeding and broken glass covering Capitol floors, he kept repeating election lies and praising the criminals. If President Trump were still in office, I would have carefully considered whether the House managers proved their specific charge. By the strict criminal standard, the president's speech probably was not incitement. However, in the context of impeachment, the Senate might have decided this was acceptable shorthand for the reckless actions that preceded the riot. But in this case, the question is moot because former President Trump is constitutionally not eligible for conviction.
That's Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Well, soon after, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi criticized McConnell for preventing the Senate from holding a trial while Trump was still in office in January.
So for Mitch McConnell, who created the situation where it could not have been heard before the 20th, or even begun before the 20th in the Senate, to say all the things he said, oh my gosh, about Donald Trump and how horrible he was and is, and then say, but the time that the House chose to bring it over. No, we didn't choose. You chose not to receive it.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called McConnell pathetic. She made this surprise appearance at the House Managers' news conference after the Senate acquitted Donald Trump. Meanwhile, some Republicans who voted to convict Trump are already facing fallout. The Louisiana Republican Party has censured Senator Bill Cassidy. The North Carolina Republican Party is voting today to censure Richard Burr. The biggest surprise in the closing 2 days of the trial centered on the question of calling witnesses. On Friday night, Republican Congresswoman Herrera Beutler released a statement revealing that Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy had told her about a call he had with President Trump amidst the January 6th insurrection, where Trump expressed support for the rioters. Trump reportedly told McCarthy, well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are, unquote. Kevin McCarthy then reportedly responded something like, who the F do you think you're talking to? On Saturday, the House impeachment managers called for witnesses, a move that could have prolonged the trial by weeks or even months. The Senate then voted to allow witnesses. But after Republicans threatened to call over 100 witnesses, the impeachment managers agreed to forgo calling any if Congresswoman Beutler's statement could be put into the record as evidence. It was.